Hey guys, Lindsay Bulmer here, and I just wanted to chat to you briefly about something which I saw on the EXP Leaders Group the other day, where you guys were discussing gifts for clients like key rings and key rings with your business card in it and stuff like that. And I don't know, people go to the extreme sort of lengths of having doormats made with welcome home and that kind of stuff, which is all good. It's great ideas, fantastic. But I just wanted to share with you the story about a guy called Richard Mulholland. He's a very well-known professional speaker and trainer of professional speakers. He's actually based in Cape Town. And just a bit of background about him, he's actually an ex-roadie for like major rock bands like Iron Maiden, etc., etc., and his whole sleeves of tattoos on his arms and what have you, and he's just got that whole sort of rocker vibe. But I love his perspective. He sees things quite differently. But anyway, he's telling the story about how he loves muscle cars. American big V8s and whatever. He loves those cars. And he had this PA who actually happened to be a guy, and he would brief him and say to him, "Listen, I'm looking for a new muscle car." And this guy would start scouting and having a look around for him. And on this particular occasion, he said to his PA, "Look, he's now looking for like more of a family car, something with maybe 4 seats and whatever." So he actually decided to rather look at other markets, other types of cars. Anyway, a week later, his PA says to him, "I've organized a viewing for you. You're meeting the car salesman on Friday afternoon at 11 o'clock, well, morning at 11 o'clock, and his name is so and so, and it's at the Lexus store." And this guy's like, "Do you know me? Do you even know me? I mean, look at me. Do I look like a Lexus candidate?" And anyway, so the guy said to him, "No, no, no, you just go along and you just go and try the car out." So he thinks, "Okay, what the hell? I'll go and have a look see, just because I'm kind of being forced to it." And here's the point. Little did he know that the salesman had gone to the extent of finding out so much about Richard that he knew exactly what made Richard Mulholland tick. So when Richard rocked up there, the car was waiting for him, and the salesman says to him, "Rich, let's go for a drive." So Rich has a look at the car and he says, "Oh, it's nice looking, whatever, but it's still not my vibe. I'm way too much of not a yuppie for this. I'm a rock and roll star kind of guy. Anyway, so he gets into the car. The salesman says to him, "Drive." Off he goes, and he's cruising along the roads in Cape Town. And salesman says to him, "Drop the soft top." Hey, so down the soft top goes, and now Richard's got his arm out and he's really cruising. He's thinking, "This is cool. I can get used to it. It's nice, but I don't know if I'd actually buy it." Next thing the guy says to him, "You like music?" So he goes, "Yes." And he says, "Hold on." Already he had prepared and had like a heavy rock metal CD waiting in this Harman Kardon sound system, like 18 speakers through this car, man. It's absolutely incredible. And of course, he just whacks this thing. And so now Richard is cruising down with this flippin' soft top down, this rock music blaring, and he's absolutely having his hair blown back, literally, like thinking, "Oh my word." Falls in love with the car. To hell with this reputation. Goes back home and, or back to the store, parks the car off and says, "Well, you've won me over, great." He says, "But I do have a wife and kids." The guy says, "No problem. Send your wife over next week sometime, and I'll do a test drive with her." Of course, he finds out the age of the kids, etc., etc. The next thing, the wife arrives for a test drive. He doesn't even go to the front of the car. He goes to the back of the car, to the back seats, and he shows the features. "Look at this. Look at the booster seat. Look at the special safety belt for kids. Look at the retractable blinds on the windows to protect him from the sun," and da-da-da. And he just starts listing all these features. And of course, she's like, "Wow, I want this car," because it's all about her kids, right? So anyway, they buy the car. Time to fetch the car arrives, or have the car delivered rather. The salesman drives around to their house, parks the car in their yard. Richard comes out, greets him, shakes his hand, and says, "Hey, thank you so much," all the rest of it. He's done the paperwork, it's his car. So the salesman says, "One more thing," opens up the boot. And in the boot is the proverbial normal gifts, and I'm talking about key rings and mats and flower decorations and fruit parcels, etc., etc., right? And I'm referring to property here. So the normal stuff is there for his wife, etc., etc. And then he goes, but Rich, I've got something special for you because I know you're not a keyring kind of guy. And he pulls out this package and he gives this package to Richard. And he has a look at it, opens it up, and inside is this leather belt, this rock and roll belt with this huge Iron Maiden buckle on it. And it probably cost in the region of $1,000 or $1,500. He doesn't even know how much it cost, but he was just like, oh my word. So as I said, he said to Richard, this is because you're not a keyring kind of guy. He went to the trouble of finding out what would blow Richard's hair back. He totally converted him from absolutely hating a car to loving a Lexus, purely because he knew how to sell it to him, and then finished it off with a personalized gift that actually had Richard singing his praises, so much so that he now employs that guy. He actually took him out of that industry and said, you are so good at what you do, I want you on my team. And so I thought I'd just tell you that story, just go the extra mile, find out more about your person, about your people, and have something tailor-made for them. Because anything tailor-made specifically for a person, we all know that if we get a message on the group from Stephen Johnston, it's cool, wow, Stephen Johnston's talking to us. But if Stephen Johnson sends you a personal message in your box, there's a big difference. And the same applies to you and your clientele. So I thought that would help, and I hope it serves you. Cheers, have a lucky weekend.